So what do you do when you have a couple of hours remaining here in Honolulu? You're going to visit the Pearls National Monument. So what I want to visit is the Missouri, USS Missouri. It seems to be just a very important landmark or historic site in the history of the Second World War. So I can take a shuttle and pay my stuff. That's the Missouri shuttle, right? Just all right. So let's go into the shuttle bus. All right. All right. So this is the shuttle bus to the USS Missouri Battleship Memorial, and it's free of charge until the boat itself, of course, should be around $35, including taxes, to be able to visit this historic landmark. Oh, here we are, USS Missouri, the last, or one of the last battleships in service by the US Navy, built in the 1940s. And on one of these decks, the end of the Second World War was signed with the Japanese army, and so that's why it's a very famous and historic site. And I will just enter it. I just bought my ticket. See how big and large and interesting it is. This is the original Pearl Harbor harbor, and right in front of me is the National Memorial of the USS Arizona. It's still lying there, low water levels. And as we all know, lots of these ships are still here and serve as national memorials, I presume. Virginia, and further on Tennessee. We're all here when the Japanese attacked this harbor in 1941 and forced the US to join the Second World War. Another example here in the Maryland. It says it was hit by 2 bombs, but repaired and set back in action. Wow, go ahead. Sure, if you want. I'm just filming you, that's all.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, man. So finally, we are aboard this mighty ship. And we have all the security warnings before. Like it's hot, no water, etc., etc. Steps, oh yeah, mighty step. Right, let's go to the surrender deck. This way.
Second, 1945. The USS Missouri is not here in Pearl Harbor. She's anchored in Tokyo Bay, Japan.
Oh, and by the way, it wasn't on this spot here in Pearl Harbor, of course. It was made in the Bay of Tokyo, which was the other side of the sea from here. It's an interesting spot. some other interesting fact I learned. This ship still served in the Iraq wars in the 90s, and an extension to fire Tomahawk cruise missiles. I didn't quite understand where, from what position they were fired, but specialists will probably notice behind me the modern extensions that made that happen. So we go down below deck, go to the quarters of the personnel.
About your head there, 12.
Yeah. Thank you. So the ship has been decommissioned in the, I think, 1950s, because that's how long it stayed out of action. And then in the 1980s, mid-1980s, it was put back into service to be used in the, well, like I said, the Gulf War near Iraq. Some people don't even know what these machines are, I think. Well, I've returned to the visitor center, and as it seems there's not much to do. Maybe a tour start here, and well, we could visit another boat which is here behind me. Submarine, the USS Bowfin, but I think I'll skip this time. Seen enough ships for today. So the other thing here is the memorial for all the lost or damaged ships and the crew. Lost crew, which is quite impressive. All happened in '41 on this spot in this harbor.
For nearly a half hour, the skies over Oahu were empty. Was it over? Not yet. In the first wave, there had been little time to fight back, but this time, despite their losses, the Americans were ready.
It's a nice visit, great visit actually, here on the Pearl Harbor Memorial. Rather interesting, very recommended as well. Now it's for me time to go. I will grab my bag, find my way back to the bus and go back to the city.